We've learned how to create random numbers. How about having random events? We can use random numbers to help us generate random events. In this program, it's going to be flipping a coin. We've got it set up to go so that we'll flip a coin and then pick up the coin. That way we'll be able to tell if we get the same results multiple times, that the label will clear out and we'll be able to know that we actually it won't just say heads all the time. It'll clear out and then we'll see heads again. We're going to flip a regular coin, and then we'll also check out flipping a weighted coin. So let's start with the regular flipping of a coin. Well, we're going to need a random object. And again, I recommend putting it up here at a level so that all of the program can see it. So I'll go random. I'll call it RAND. You can call it whatever you want. Equals new random. And put those parentheses there because it's a random object. So your line of code will look like this, but if you want to call this something else, you can. Maybe you want to call it random coin flipper or something like that. So to flip a coin, we want to get a random number. And there are two possibilities. So we either need to get the numbers 0 and 1 or 1 and 2. I'm going to declare a variable. I'll call it int number equals rand.next. And I'll go ahead and put a 2 in here. That means the only possible results are 0 and 1. If you want, you could go with 1, 3, and then the only possible results are going to be a 1 and a 2, because 1 is the lower limit, 3 is the upper limit that is never reached. Either way is fine. I'm going to go with the 2. Then we'll convert this number to a coin flip using an if. So if number is equivalent to, it doesn't matter which one, I'll pick 0. And I'll say that that's heads. Otherwise, because there's only two possibilities, it must be tails. So I'll display that result in the label. That takes care of heads, and now we'll take care of tails. And so that ends that if block of flipping the coin for heads and tails. And there's an equal number of chances for them to happen because it's only two possible numbers, 0 and 1. So could be 0, could be 1. Let's check it out. And I'll flip the coin. Of course, this is all random, so we could get a series of a lot of the same ones in a row. But if we did it over and over and over again, maybe 1,000 times, it should come out about 500 for each. So again, using a random number to help get a random event. If there were three possibilities, we could use an if, else if, and an else. Lots of ways we could do that. And they would all have an equal number of chances to happen. But maybe you want to have a weighted coin. Hopefully it's not for something illegal, but maybe you need something to happen more often than others. Perhaps you're creating a game where if someone opens a door, they either see a dragon or a pot of gold. So we'll go ahead and use that example. We'll have a weighted random event now. So once again, I'm going to get a random number. I'll use this same variable. It's in a private method, so it doesn't know about the other variable called number. And I'll go from 0 to 99. And again, you could, if you wanted to, go from 1 to 101. And then your values would be 1 to 100, and that's fine. I'm going to go with 100 in here, which means 0 to 99. And maybe I want there to be, well, I want you more likely to find the dragon than the pot of gold. So I'll say if number is, and you could go either greater than or less than, or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. I'll say if number is less than 70, which means every number from 0 to 69, you're going to find the dragon. Otherwise, you'll find the pot of gold. Well, from 0 to 99, there's a lot of numbers from 0 to 69 here, and then from 70 to 99 here. You're much more likely to find the dragon than the pot of gold. So I'll display that in the label. And here we'll find the gold. And so we would expect to find a dragon a lot more than we find gold. Take a look. And of course, it is totally random. We're getting a lot of pots of gold. But again, if we did this 1,000 times, you're going to see the dragon happen a lot more often, and you're kind of seeing it now. So that's a weighted coin flip. Well, a weighted random event. Probably shouldn't have a weighted coin flip, although I guess that's up to you with your coin. But that would be an example from a game, as I just showed here. If you want the dragon to show up more often than the pot of gold, but you still want it to be a random thing, you could do that. Maybe you would do it for a athletic game that you have, maybe completing a pass in a football game. Maybe you want a 75% chance that a pass is complete and a 25% chance that it's incomplete. So we can use random numbers to get us random events.